am Julie White, and you're watching the Broadway.com show. It's a show.
Welcome to another episode of the Broadway.com show, your weekly roundup of the week's hottest headlines, or as we like to think of it, your one-stop source for full coverage of the big, glittering Broadway opening of Betrayal. Wait, what? We weren't invited to do what? Oh. Okay. Well, let's just get started with the news then. What's the buzz, Lindsay?
Grab something alcoholic because two of our favorite TV lushes of all time, Karen Walker of Will and Grace and Ron Swenson of Parks and Rec, are heading off Broadway. We're talking about real-life couple Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman, of course, and they'll be starring together in the New York premiere of Char White's Annapurna. The adorable couple is really stepping out of the box to play an estranged couple, reprising roles they performed earlier this year at the Odyssey Theater in Los Angeles. This almost makes up for the totally unexplained disappearance of Parks and Rec. Almost.
One of the hottest tickets in town is Janine Tesori and Lisa Kron's new musical Fun Home, which is extended through December 1st at the Public Theater. Based on the graphic novel by Alison Bechdel, the show centers on the relationship between a closeted funeral home director, played by Tony winner Michael Cerveris, and his daughter, played by three actresses of different ages. Will Fun Home find a new home on Broadway? That's the buzz, but head downtown to see it first.
Do the Right Thing, the 1989 Spike Lee classic set on the hottest day of summer in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, might be headed to the stage. The outspoken filmmaker, who last year brought Mike Tyson to the main stem, said plans are on to bring a musical version of the film to Broadway. We can't wait to see Mookie, Radio Raheem, Mother Sister, Buggin' Out, and the whole gang back together. But hey, Spike, do the right thing and create an opening number inspired by the unforgettable opening credits dance sequence of Rosie Perez, ideally starring Rosie Perez.
Nina Arianda, who scored an armload of awards, including a Tony for her performance in the S&M-tinged Venus in Fur, is returning to Manhattan Theatre Club this winter. Arianda will star in David Grimm's Tales from Red Vienna as a down-on-her-luck World War I widow who secretly gets embroiled in a sordid underworld while trying to maintain her financial security. So, how seedy does it get? Well, we'll have to wait until February to see if Arianda will don the thigh-high boots and crack the whip once again.
Way back in March, we reported that James Franco was planning on heading to Broadway in a revival of Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. Now, according to the Oscar nominee himself, it's officially a done deal, and he's bringing Bridesmaids standout Chris O'Dowd along with him for the ride. Franco will star as George, while O'Dowd will be making his Broadway debut as the simple-minded Lenny. No theater has been confirmed yet, but Tony winner Anna D. Shapiro will direct the play, which is expected to begin previews in March 2014.
I'm Robin De Jesus, and you're watching the Broadway.com show.
If you ever looked for a dream on a mean machine, wondered where does the pollen go, or did it for your country, because your country wants you to, I've got some amazing news for you. Grease 2 is headed to the West End in London. Okay, it's just a one-night-only concert January 27th at the Lyric Theatre, but we're giving it a big thumbs up because we've been dreaming of a stage version of the 1982 Bastard Son of Grease for many years. So come to the Rock-a-Hula Luau, T-Birds and Pink Ladies. We're gonna score tonight.
Thumbs down for Broadway's current Romeo Orlando Bloom and his wife Miranda Kerr, parting in such sweet sorrow. After 6 years together, 3 of them as husband and wife, the couple called time on their romance. However, the British actor and Australian model pledged to love and support each other as both parents of their son Flynn and as family. See the newly single Orlando star in Romeo and Juliet, although the path of true love hardly runs much smoother at the Richard Rodgers Theatre.
This week's breathtaking hotshot comes from the soaring opening night of the Snow Geese. On October 25th, Broadway.com photographer Bruce Glickus took to the Samuel J. Friedman Theater during curtain call to capture the show's 3 outstanding leads, Tony winner Mary-Louise Parker, Tony nominee Danny Burstein, and Tony winner Victoria Clark, just as they were taking their bows. The play's emotional ending and the audience's standing ovation left Parker visibly emotional. Welcome back to Broadway, Mary-Louise, and congratulations on a classy opening night.
Our tweet of the week speaks to the musical geek in all of us. Broadway vet Max Von Essen writes, "Love driving in LA with all the windows down, but at every traffic light I have to frantically lower the volume to Kiss of the Spider Woman." We can relate, Max, and by the way, you'd make an awesome Molina if the show gets revived. Follow Von Essen at Maxie's Pad.
The new stage adaptation of John Grisham's A Time to Kill is laying down the law on Broadway, starring Sebastian Arcelus and Patrick Page as two Mississippi attorneys who fight for justice. Which made us wonder, are these stars actually law-abiding citizens in real life? On opening night, we asked the cast and their friends if they've ever had a brush with the law. And surprise, surprise, most of them have.
Some son of a bitch claimed I threw something at them in a rent-a-car place. I won. But the law came and knocked on my door. It was great. They had to cuff me.
I remember running away from the police when I was in high school. I believe there was some skinny dipping going on at the beach.
The closest I've ever come to having a brush with the law would be a speeding ticket and having my parents take me down to the grocery store manager to confess that I had stolen a pack of Z-Stripe gum.
I thought I had insurance, but my insurance had lapsed. So I was pulled over because the car that I was driving in that was leased to me by a company had a bad taillight. So they pulled me over, looked at my license, said you don't have insurance, and arrested me.
One time I was lost in Los Angeles and I had a map in my mouth because I was like, trying to figure out where I was going and my window was down and I looked over my left shoulder and the map flew out of my mouth and landed on the windshield of a cop behind me. And he pulled me over and I started crying and I said, "Officer, I am an actress."
Searching for the ultimate Halloween party outfit? The latest crop of Broadway shows has got your costume covered. Broadway.com fans picked their favourites, and these outfits make up this week's high five. At number 5 is Annie from the musical Annie. A curly red wig and singing Tomorrow at the top of your lungs should do the trick to get a treat. Coming in at number 4 was a mostly shirtless Spike from Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. If you've got the abs for it, then why not? The number 3 pick will ensure your Prince Charming won't leave you in your own little corner for long. It's Cinderella from Cinderella. The number 2 costume will certainly require many acrobatic workouts to pull off, but if you can squeeze into Pippin's leading player's lycra, hats off to you. And at number 1, Kinky Boots' fab drag diva Lola. Who can resist thigh-high stilettos, I ask you?
Hi, I'm Kate Baldwin. You're watching the Broadway.com show. It's Smackdown time. Last week we asked you the life-changing question, do you prefer the Book of Mormon Tony nominee Andrew Rannells with or without facial hair? The results are in and 96% of you voted for no stash, so get out your razor, Andrew. This week we learned that the new production of Les Miserables will star Ramin, Karimloo, Will Swenson, Casey Levy, and Nikki M. James. This thrilling casting made us wonder, who will you be rooting for? Ramin Karimloo as Valjean or Will Swenson as Javert? Tweet your vote to Broadway.com with the hashtag #BOASmackdown and tune in next week for the winner.
It's safe to say that because we knew him, we've been changed for good by our star of the week, Stephen Schwartz. His hit musical Wicked turns 10 years old on October 30th, and since opening on Broadway, Wicked has become the 11th longest running musical on the Great White Way ever, and 10 productions of the Oz-inspired extravaganza are currently running worldwide. Schwartz is also the composer of Pippin, which is still making magic at the Music Box Theater, and his musical review Snapshots just opened at the Goodspeed Opera House in Connecticut. This week, we're raising a glass to you, Mr. Schwartz. Do they make green champagne?
Thanks for joining us on the Broadway.com show. We'll sign off with an original cast clip of Wicked featuring the brilliant Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth. Happy 10th anniversary to Wicked, happy Halloween, and we'll see you next week.
There are buildings tall as quacks with trees, dress salons, libraries, houses, museums, 100 strong.